Welcome back to Max's Garage Hall, where it's 96 degrees today. It's quite sunny, and hey, what are y'all looking at? Hey, what's going on here? Look up here. No, up here. Right around here, I'm telling you. Yeah, right here. What's wrong with you people? Looking at my hustler over here like that. I don't know what to think about y'all, but it's all right. You're all welcome here at Max's Garage Hall. What'd you think about this hustler sign over here? Y'all like it? You know, we have a hustler dealership neon sign, a banner, cap, stainless steel tumbler and t-shirt contest going on right now, and it's nearly done. So if you want to win this, all that's about $1,000 package, somewhere between $750 and $1,000, and you cannot buy this anywhere. You have to be a dealer to get this. But Hustler Turf, Mr. Mark over there at Media Marketing, he's the Media Marketing Director, supplied me with 2 of these packages. We're going to have 2 contests. This is the first one. We're going to have 5 winners. So if you want to win this, look at the description below. I'll put all the rules in there. The contest ends July 18th. That's Sunday at midnight. Better get entered if you want to see it. Let's hang this on the wall so we can get to the business at hand. So be sure and watch the back of my head while I do this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point that camera right about there and see if I can get that up there for you where you can see it. You don't need a close-up the back of my head. Alright, I did this sort of tight on these chains just so that it'd be up out of the way while you're seeing what I'm going to show you here in a minute. And a lot of people know that you need to have a tachometer on all your motorized units so that you can use that tachometer to know what the engine's doing RPM wise. And by the way, I did couple this up really short, so it didn't make it easy on me. In fact, it made it really hard on me. Anyway, let me get one side hooked up and I'll go the other. That was too easy on that side. This side's going to be really difficult. Chain's even shorter. Alright, so talking about tachometers, everybody ought to have a tachometer on their lawnmower. And I don't know of anybody that puts one on from the factory, although no machinery should come without it. And this one's had one now for over 3 years, and I did a video on them. And every so often, y'all looking at me now? Look, don't be looking at that. Look over here to me. What's wrong with you folks, huh? All right, let's point this thing down here, and let's see if we can see that tachometer. Right, you can't even see my hand. Let me get that gear out of that sticker out of my way. Can y'all see this tachometer right here? It's the light. Now the tachometer is working because it operates off of the spark plug. But when that battery goes dead, then you can't see the numbers. That's not a good thing. So you want to replace these batteries once in a while. I have people ask me, how do you replace the batteries in these things? Well, I got mine on here with a Velcro, and as you can see, once before I have replaced the battery. So I'm going to zero you in here, get you a little closer, get you where you can see that bottom, and you see that shiny blue or black thing that's round with a slot in it. That thing wants to keep taking off on us here, so let me tighten that up. Alright, so all you got to do, if you got like a quarter, 50-cent piece, or a key, you just unscrew that sucker, and then I always bang it right over here because I got that in there pretty tight. And it takes a 2032 battery. Can you see that? 2032 right there. Alright, so we're going to replace that 2032, and I got a brand spanking new Sunbeam brand here. Shout out to Sunbeam. And that other lasted about, I guess, about 3 years. And I'll take that back. This one, wherever you're at there, was an Energizer. So, alright, maybe this will last 3 years. And it hadn't been uncapped yet. We still got to take the cap off of it. So we're going to do that real quickly. Like this right here, just peel it off. I like to blow on it, rub it against my blue jeans, because you don't know I'm a blue jean wearing man. Can you see that down in there now? Alright, so we're going to put that in there, and we're going to take this sucker and turn it backwards till we get it to fit in the slot. Can you see that? Got my hands anyway, I think. So we're going to take our key now and just tighten her up. And by golly, look at there. We have got backlit numbers again. Shows this has got total time 32.1 hours. Now, we all know it's more than that. This was put on here originally for two different things, two reasons. One was we had a dealer to sort of run my hours up by 26 hours. There you are, look at there. Y'all look at that again. Well, that is nice, ain't it? I mean, I like it. Wish they're gonna have me one of them myself. Those are really sweet. Whoa, look there. Now, you're trying to see them lawnmower again, aren't you? That's all right. So, that's how you remove and replace the backlight battery on a Searon, and on others I'm sure. This particular one is a Searon tachometer / hour meter, and you can zero this hour meter so that if you're mowing a big lawn, let's say a big commercial lawn, and you need to know how many hours you put in, not just how many miles, then if you've got a crew of whatever out there and you need to know how much you need to be charging to cover all of your crew, you can set that to 0 and then set it to just give you the time that you're on that yard. That's a great thing. Now, I like to know how many hours my engine has on it, not how many hours the machine has on it. And these little Searon tachometers, the way I set it up is all I'm really interested in is knowing how long the oil has been in this particular engine. So that's what the tachometer is doing on this. Plus, I also use it to know if my blade tip speed is moving fast enough. If your blade tip speed is slow or too low in RPM, or actually it would be called surface feet per minute. If it's too slow, you're not going to get the cut you're looking for. It doesn't matter what the quality of blade, how thick it is, how narrow it is, how wide it is, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get the quality of cut. Doesn't matter how sharp it is. And as my old friend George Simpson says, crazy sharp. Now, crazy sharp is sharp because I understand he can cut a man's throat at 30 yards with one of them. I mean, really throw that thing out. I ain't seen him do it, but I understand he can do it. So don't get me wrong, now he may not be able to, but I think he probably could because he's talking about crazy sharp on those things. Okay, so back to this tachometer. If you don't have one of these things, you really need to get you one. They are great for tuning. You know what your RPM is. You know what your idle RPM is when you idle the engine down. You look down there and you can see exactly what it's turning. You can turn it up wide open to see if your governor is getting it up to speed. You can watch it as you're going into tall, thick, or wet grass, or all of those together. And you watch the RPM drop and make sure the governor brings it back up to RPM, because if you're trying to cut real tall, real heavy, real wet grass, and you're trying to cut it at normal speed, watch your engine RPM, because if it can't keep that RPM up, you need to slow your travel speed down, back it back a little way so that the RPM could stay up at 3,600 RPM on this particular machine to keep your blade surface feet per minute at 18,000. I think it's 400. You'd have to look it up. But this is a Hustler Raptor SD, and it's about 18,400 FP. Okay, so hopefully you got something out of this that did you some good. And if so, please give me a like. Give me a like anyway. I'm a pretty guy. Well, I'm a likable guy. Just give me a like, okay? And then subscribe if you hadn't already. And if you have, subscribe again somehow. I don't care how you do it. Just do it 2 or 3 more times. I like that. I'd appreciate that. I know it's been silly, but I never said I wasn't silly. But here's the thing. We'd also like you to share. I'm a greedy SOB. I mean, I know y'all can tell that today that I'd like to have one of them Hustler caps. I tell you right now, boy, I'd love to have me a Hustler cap. I think I'd look good. Well, I mean, I think I'd make a Hustler cap look real good, don't you? So anyway, please like, please share, please subscribe. And as we always say at Max's Garage Hall, y'all come back and see us now. You hear?